a 1957 Bel Air car. Let's take a look at it. It's a black car. It's a really beautiful car. So this is 1957. That was the year my mom was born. The year my mom was born is when this car came out. Let's take a look at it, shall we? I believe it has 43,000 miles on it, I think, is what the guy told me. 43,000 miles on it. And we'll look inside the car here. Here's a beautiful, blue has always been my favorite color. And this guy has a beautiful car here. This is a 1954 Chevy. And he must really like blue too, because you see the blue dice here in the window. Here, even kind of got bluish seating. Ladies and gentlemen, of course, I've seen a lot of different kind of interesting kind of cars here. You got a lot of antique cars, of course, as you know. We've seen sedans, we've seen, all kind of cars, Buicks, and all kind of stuff. However, this is kind of an interesting little car to show you. This is a 1933, the world's only 1933 three-door Plymouth. Let's take a look at it. Three-door sedan. What about it? He's on here. This is a beautiful engine. Just beautiful. Okay, sir, your name is?
Larry Southern. I'm from Hamilton. I work part-time at Webb Noonan Funeral Home here in Hamilton, and I kind of got this wild hair that I wanted to get a hearse. I saw this vehicle on Craigslist, and what caught my attention was it had a casket already in it. So I met with the guy, we worked out a deal, and now it's mine, and I'm just enjoying it, having a lot of fun with it.
Okay, let's go ahead and take a look at this car here. This is a hearse here where when someone's deceased.
It's a 1989 Chevrolet Caprice.
A 1989 Chevrolet Caprice, or hearse basically. Where this is where people, of course, when they pass on, they're taken to the funeral home and taken to the cemetery in this thing. This hearse here. Now, what made you decide to get this? I mean, this is kind of a taboo kind of thing. Like, most people are kind of like taboo about this kind of subject. I mean, it's not really a subject most people kind of go away from. What made you want to get this car?
Working at the funeral home, I just got an interest. I thought it would be kind of neat to have a hearse, and I started researching it, and I found this one and decided I want it, so I went after it.
Okay, I live close to Weigel. I think it's Weigel Funeral Home. Over
yes,
here.
Sir. Yes, sir.
And I see these kind of cars. When they have, I see like the parade. Sometimes they have like little flags too. But I see like parade of the hearse and like the cars trailing it. Outside Weigel. I mean, I live by Hamilton High School, so I don't live far from it. That place. I'm sure it is. You say you work at Webb Noonan Funeral Home. Now, where is this at?
It's at Ross and D Street here in Hamilton.
Oh, downtown.
Yes, sir. Well, it's not really downtown. It's right before you go across the bridge on Ross Avenue.
Okay, but close to the downtown area. Now, how was it like to work at a funeral home? I mean, how did you get started in that kind of profession?
I wanted to be a mortician years ago. I worked up there as a young man, and then after I retired from Champion, I was just sitting around, and my brother-in-law worked there. He got a full-time job at Brown Dawson, and he told me if I would go down there and talk to them, they would probably hire me. I went down there and talked to them. They said, when can you start? So I've been there almost 5 years, and I love it. I love every bit of it.
You love being a mortician. Yeah, sometimes people have kind of a hard time, like if if like children
Right.
have like.
Well, that's the hardest thing is dealing with little kids or babies because they don't really get a chance at life.
Well, I'm talking about like kids like who have parents who are morticians, like you had to grow up in like a funeral home or whatever. I mean, I've heard stories that's kind of hard for sometimes maybe kids
Yeah.
kind of deal with to see that, or sometimes they have a hard time bringing their friends over.
Right.
Exactly. So, you waited till you're retired. You never were in that business when you had kids growing up into that. Yeah.
No.
Yeah.
I just waited till I retired and just decided to have fun with it.
Oh.
So, and I love it.
Oh, you really love it.
I love it.
What are some of your memories about being a mortician? Was there like makeup making people up, or was it?
Well, there's all aspects of it. I help embalm. I don't embalm, but you have to be a licensed funeral director embalmer to do that. But I help them. I go on death calls. I do funerals, visitations, deliver flowers, whatever's needed. I do it, and I'm on call every other Thursday or every Thursday, and on call every other weekend.
Okay.
So.
Is there like a family you remember a lot who died? Like, is there like a family or like a person that died that you kind of see us in your mind doing this over the years? I mean,
no, I've had a lot of friends and some family, but it's all just part of the job, and you just take it in strides. You just do what you have to do.
Okay, now you drive this hearse around. Of course, like I told you, I've seen people come out of Weigel Funeral Home and this thing over here. How often this thing's driven? How often do you use it? Like every week, or was it?
I try to get it out 2 or 3 times a week and just cruise around in it. And next year it will be 25 years old. I'm planning on putting it in the antique car parade. I've never seen one in there.
Oh, antique car parade. I think my grandpa drove in that before.
Next year, if everything goes all right, I'm gonna put this in the antique car parade.
Yeah, downtown Hamilton.
Yes, sir. I think it'd be real interesting.
Really, I was just wondering, do you, how often do you get like, out of the job you do, like how many people who have died, how many of them are like war veterans, like memorial veterans, where they have like servicemen come in and stuff like that?
We have quite a few.
Servicemen?
And we usually drape the casket with the American flag.
Yeah, that's cool.
And then when we go to the cemetery, if they have the full military honors, they fold the flag, present it to the closest family member, and then they usually play taps, and depending on if they get enough veterans, they'll do the 21 gun salute.
Did you work on, there was this one military guy who passed away recently. What was his name, Luff?
No, we didn't get him.
Oh, okay, you know what I'm talking about.
Yes,
David Luff,
yes.
I think his name was. I think they had something in him out of Memorial, like in Hamilton High School.
I think there's a highway named after him. So, yeah, but we didn't get. But we have a lot of old veterans, and like I said, we drape the flag, drape the casket with the American flag, and they usually get full military honor.
Full military honors, like people like, do they have like the guys like shoot off their guns or whatever?
Yes.
Oh,
Yeah,
great.
21 gun salute out.
21 gun salute.
Oh yeah, it's neat. I usually get cold chills every time I witness that.
Well, you might know my grandpa used to work at Champion. He's 82. He used to work at Champion.
What was his name?
Eldon Lenhoff.
The name sounds familiar. I don't remember if I know him personally, but I've heard of him.
My grandpa, he's 82. He gets around real good, but yeah, he used to work at Champion. But he met this guy a long time ago. He was he used to work at Champion. His uncle was his boss. Marvin Combs was his boss. He met Ray Combs, his nephew.
Yeah.
Family Feud guy.
Yeah.
Did you guys do his funeral? Or
No, I wasn't working there then. I don't know who got him, but that's been several years ago.
That's been I think like the late 90s
Yeah,
that happened. Yeah, that's still before you did that.
Yeah.
Okay. What are the military like? Are the military ones that you guys could do like the veterans who fought in World War II? And of course, you guys probably do the ones who died in the line of duty.
Oh
recently.
yeah, any veteran, and then on the hearse itself, we have the American flags that we'll put on the. If it's just a normal funeral, we'll put blue funeral flags on there. But if it's a veteran, we'll put the red and white flags on the hearse, and then as the procession goes down the road, people knows that's a veteran.
Oh, that's cool.
So that's pretty.
And you had the motorcade and everything.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
You guys ever done like police officers and stuff like that?
We've had some police officers. Yeah.
Okay. Well, this is kind of a neat little car. I mean, you already showed off an antique parade. I mean, how much money do you think this thing would be worth? I mean, in the long run.
I don't know, probably 10 or 12,000, I would say.
Oh, 10, 12,000.
Yeah.
Okay.
Right offhand.
Okay.
Yeah, pretty neat.
Have you ever had like have you had your children or grandchildren that came to you to see you work? Or your children or grandchildren?
No, they kind of shy away from that.
Yeah,
a bit,
and it's kind of I don't like even living across the street from a cemetery.
Right.
So I mean, I never lived across the street from a cemetery, but I didn't even that. It's kind of a subject people don't want to.
Yeah, that's right.
That they have to.
People kind of stay away from this, unless when it gets their time.
They're comfortable. Yeah. Live life and have fun.
There you go.
Don't do till you do. Huh?
That's right.
Won't be in bad taste because of John's mom.
Yeah. Well, it's part of your car. Hello, sir. What's your name?
Tim Wilcox.
And Tim Wilcox, you got a really nice car here. This is a Corvette. Well, first of all, tell me about yourself. What do you do?
I work for Ford Motor Company.
Oh, so you see cars all the time. But you guys like put together cars or like
Transmissions.
transmissions? You do a lot of transmissions. Very tough job.
I can be.
What's toughest about doing? What's like some of the toughest problems you have? Like what's some of the toughest things about doing transmission work?
Showing up.
Showing up.
We try to make good transmissions and do what we can, keep everything good.
They're important.
Yeah, they sure are.
Now, why don't you tell me about your car here? This is a Corvette. What year is this?
65.
A 65 Corvette. And what kind of horsepower? What kind of like?
The 327
327.
motor with 300 horse.
So this could go pretty fast.
Oh yeah.
How fast?
Really well.
How fast are we talking?
I don't have it up over 80, but I know it'll go faster than that.
Oh yeah, it sure the hell will. And what did you purchase this car? How long have you had it?
I've had it 11 years.
And how did you come across it?
Just friends found it.
Some friends found it?
No, I found it
Found
from
it.
some from friends.
Oh,
Bought
okay.
it from them, yeah.
Bought it from them. How much did you pay?
Well, I hate to not say.
You know what I'd say? And you've had it for 11 years, so it's been over a decade, so it must have some good staying power. Does this last you pretty good?
Oh yeah. It never so far has given me any trouble at all.
What's some of your favorite type of cars?
Please.
What's some of your favorite type of cars?
This obviously, and I like Mustangs also. I have a Mustang.
You plan on keeping this car until Judgment Day?
That could be. Could be. I don't have planned on going anywhere.
Yeah. I'll
It's a lot
say
of fun to mess with.
if you had if you planned for it after your time or whatever, after your time, it'd be a long time from now, but after your time, would you give it to charity?
No, I have two sons.
Yeah, two sons, pass it down to them.
So I'll let them fight over it.
Cool.
I'm sure they'll work something out.
Yeah, so your boys grew up with cars also. Do they love cars like you do?
One does. The other one, he's too busy with family.
I was busy with family. Oh, how many kids you got?
He's got 3.
Oh, 3. I keep him busy for a while. And do you think those kids be interested in cars anytime soon?
That's a good question. I don't know. Maybe when the kids get a little older and they can slow down.
Yeah. I was thinking he probably had small kids, probably. So what kind of seating does this thing have? What kind of seating does this car have?
Seats?
Yeah, seats. What kind of seats made of?
Just vinyl.
Vinyl
That's
seats?
what they had back then. They had leather also, but
Yes, I'm.
there's a cover on them.
Okay, there's a cover on them.
Cover is full vinyl.
Okay, vinyl.
Yes.
How many types of vinyl? How many types of vinyl do you think they have for a car? I mean, how many types of vinyl? I've seen a lot of leather. I've seen some vinyl. How many types of?
Same thing as leather. They color it the same way. It almost feels like leather, but it's a lot cheaper.
Okay, and
Cheaper to manufacture and cheaper to buy.
what do you prefer, vinyl or leather?
Oh, I'd rather have leather. But back then, vinyl was very popular.
Very popular.
Yes.
Yeah, cool. What are some? This is a Corvette. Now, what's some of your favorite other kind of cars that you really like?
Mustang, Camaro.
My grandpa has a Mustang convertible.
Some GM, some Ford.
Some GM, some Ford. My grandpa has a Mustang convertible. It's like a late 80s, early 90s Mustang. But yeah, but he really keeps, but he keeps that in the garage too. I mean, he just keeps it, he doesn't really drive it very much.
Yeah, this one spends its life in the garage, just about.
He'll want to keep it preserved and stuff like that, so.
Yeah.
How many car shows do you take this car to?
Well, if the weather's nice, maybe once or twice a week.
Once or twice a week, I mean,
Stuff like this, cruising, it's not really car shows.
Well, do you go on Facebook? I mean, how do you find out all these car shows? What do you do? I mean, how do you find out?
They have calendars here that they sell.
Oh, calendars here. Ladies and gentlemen, this is a 1955 Thunderbird I'm going to show you. It's got 3,000 miles on it, but it doesn't have the original engine. It's got a new engine on it. The owners have it for about 3 years. We're going to take a look at it here. This is Ron Hartman. He's back from last week. I interviewed him in part 1 of this video from last week. He had a different car. Now he's got 2 collectible cars, it turns out. He came back this week to show off his other car he had. Last week, y'all guys saw the one car he had. Now you're going to see the other one. How you doing there, Ron?
It's a 50 Oldsmobile. It's probably one of the fastest cars they made in 50.
One of the fastest cars they made.
Yeah.
Now let me go ahead and like film this here, and I'll talk to you a little more here. Okay. Beautiful car. It looks really cool. It looks almost like Casper almost. For the go. It's kind of really got a neat little look to it, nice and white and stuff.
It actually didn't come in this car. They had a cream color. This has been repainted.
Oh, it's been repainted. They did a pretty good job.
Yeah, it's been repainted once about 35 years ago.
Oh, okay. So it was a different color.
Yeah.
Okay. I was wanting to talk to you like how long you had this car, and which car do you prefer? Out of the 2 cars you got, you love them both equally.
Yeah, I like them both, but I get tired of them after a while.
You got to rotate around.
Yeah.
So you got a lot of like 1950 cars. Got like a lot of 50 cars. I mean, what's your kind of favorite decade of cars? I mean, as far what do you think have the best cars? Like, what do you think the decade's got the best cars? Do you think?
Well, I had 21 different 50s cars.
21 different 50 cars.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think I remember you saying that.
Yeah.
Have you like collected like from the other like decades, like recent decades, like 90s, 2000s?
No.
Okay. Have you ever been like interested in collecting from recent decades?
No.
Not really. Just stay up to the old cars, huh?
It's like yours.
Now, how often do you drive these things? I mean, how often do you drive these cars? I mean, how miles does this car have on it?
Well, I don't know. The speedometer's off real far and everything.
Now, how did you retrieve it? Now, tell me the story how you retrieved this car. How did you get a hold of this thing?
Well, I seen a cruise in for sale.
Oh, it was a cruising for sale. And how much was the guy selling it for?
He won $7,000. I think I ended up giving $6,000 for it.
Okay, so you negotiated
Yeah.
$7,000, $6,000. So how did you get him to down the price? Can I ask?
It did a lot of stuff. In a year's time, I had $12,000 in it.
Really? So you spent over $6,000
Yeah.
in it? Okay. Okay. Now you said originally when you bought this was what color?
Well, it was green originally, but that's only a second paint job.
Okay, so what made you? Why did you? Don't mind me asking here. Why did you decide to have it repainted? So
Well,
why
it
did
was repainted when I got it.
you always repaint when you got it?
It's been repainted for 35 years.
Oh, okay, okay, okay. Did you ever see any pictures of it when it was that
No.
way?
No.
Okay. All right. Why don't you open the car here? We'll see.
Well, the interior is different. Steering wheel.
Leather seating. I see a lot of leather when I come here today.
Change the radio and steering wheel. It's got a 350 Chevrolet in it.
Okay, I can't talk to you about something. I'm presuming you're probably a father and a grandfather, right?
Yeah.
Well, did you ever take any of your children or grandchildren out in these things, and how did they enjoy the ride?
They got their own cars. They got a collector's. A couple of them got collector's cars, and both my boys got 2 collector's cars.
So you never took your kids like out in kind of collectible cars at all? I mean, when they're growing up or anything like that?
When they were growing up, the cars weren't collectible. They were the kind of cars I drove.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
They became classics over time.
Yeah.
How often do you get? I mean, you drive your cars out some. I'm presuming out in public and wise.
Yeah.
How often do you like get reactions from people, like on the street and stuff, when you drive out your cars?
Just about all the time.
About all the time.
Yeah, the other car's worth a lot more than this, and this gets just as much attention as the other one does.
Okay, so what's the difference? I mean, the younger people are on make comments about your car.
Yeah, they want to know what it is.
What it is.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay. And everybody, they think it's a nice looking car.
Yeah.
Oldsmobile. Now, how many Oldsmobiles? How many Oldsmobile do you think are manufactured? I mean, how many kind of colors they have of Oldsmobiles like existing now?
Well, they made an 88 and a 98, which completely different bodies on them, but they all had the same motor in it.
Oh, the same motor in it.
Yeah, well, I got a 350 Chevrolet in this, and the old motors, they
Do
were
you-
too fast.
Do you know like what the biggest selling like color is, or what kind of color do you prefer the most?
I don't know. I really don't know any clothes.
Pop up the hood. Let's see the hood. Let's see under the hood this thing. It's gonna pop up in the hood. Yeah, I remember your son saying your son has a car law. Are your grandchildren interested in going to the car business at all?
Yeah, probably my oldest grandson will.
Okay, what does he want to do?
Well, I think he's going to be a car dealer someday.
A car dealer someday? Have you ever been fans of like this is car oriented? Have you ever been fans of like NASCAR or race cars or anything like that?
Well, my boy's got a trailer place for his motorhome down at Kentucky Speedway. That's nice sitting in the air conditioned motorhome watching the race.
Okay, you guys ever went down to Kentucky? Actually saw it in person?
Yeah.
Oh my God! You got a favorite like race car players or anything? Race car drivers?
No, not really.
My mom likes Jeff Gordon.
Yeah.
My mom likes Jeff Gordon. Do you don't have any personally? You just like to watch the show.
My boy likes it. He's got jackets and everything with it on.
Did you ever think about like when you were younger and stuff like that? Did you ever think about like race car driving?
No.
No. Because what about did you and your friends ever when you were younger? Did you guys when you were young you had your young friends and stuff like that during your youth? Did you guys ever like go drag racing?
Yeah, a lot.
A lot. You guys went drag racing?
Yeah.
You're probably thinking, what the hell was I thinking now?
Yeah, I went to drag strip too though.
Drag strip. You know where the woman like stands in the middle of the cars and whatever, and they go and they like drag race. You did that some.
I had a 49 Oldsmobile and it was pretty fast, but it vapor lock. I never did win a trophy with it, but I beat cars on the street. Won trophies down the drag strip.
Okay. So you did some drag racing when you were with your friends and stuff like that. You challenge your friends or whatever for drag racing. How often did you win?
Well, when I had that Oldsmobile, just about all the time. The 49 holes. They only made 3,006 at the hardtop, and they balanced the engine in them because they raced them at Pikes Peak and that Mexican road race. So the engine was actually hopped up in it from the factory.
Like when you were like in college or whenever you were like just like getting started like as an adult, do you remember any kind of cars that your friends like had that you really liked? Like some of your friends like had some very nice cars you really liked?
If you ever had a car I liked, I just went out and bought one.
I'm just saying you ever looked at, I mean you had a car your own of course, but you ever actually looked at one of your friends' cars like, oh damn, that was nice.
Yeah, I drove a brand new 57 Chevy to Florida, and me and my buddy, it's his car.
Oh.
Over to Florida, 57.
Oh, great.
Yeah.
We got a nice car there, man.
Yeah.
Thanks, bud. Okay, sir, what's your name?
Nose.
Okay, and how often you go to car shows?
Whenever I can.
Very often, like maybe a couple times a year? Or
No, probably once or twice a month.
twice a month?
Yeah.
Okay, you're pretty active there.
Okay.
More active than I am, actually. I was wondering, tell me a little bit about yourself. What'd you do?
I'm retired.
What'd you do?
I used to be a stone and Mason.
Huh?
Mason.
Mason?
Yeah.
A stone?
Stone. You like to lay stone?
Oh.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, I'll
Not
tell you.
too many around the area, I'll tell you.
I really love your car here. This is a nice green car. Tell us a bit. Hold on for a second. Let me film this. Tell me a little bit about it. What is it called, and what model, what year, and what's it?
It's 51 Chevy Coupe.
Chevy Coupe.
I got a 283 4-speed in it. With a header and a tilt front end. Kind of the old gasser style. Did a paint job myself about three years ago.
What did you make it greener? Did you make it greener, or was it you just changed color?
It was lighter.
Lighter, it's lighter. Oh, you made it a little darker color.
Yeah.
Let's take a look at this thing. Show me the engine here. Now the engine, like how fast can this thing go?
At least 110.
110 miles an hour.
Yeah.
And where'd you purchase this car from?
Up here. Right here.
Oh, from the
3 years
show.
ago. Yeah.
Oh, so how often do you have like trades or like sellers here? How often do you have people like trade or sell cars here at this place?
I don't know, just a fluke. A guy come up and I've seen the car and liked it. He had it for sale. So I don't know how often they come up here for sale. I'm sure it's a few.
Were you like the first? Were you like the first company? You have several competitors as far as buying the car.
I don't know. I mean, nobody was around the car, and I seen the car, seen the guy that owned it, and we made a deal on it.
What were some of your earliest memories of cars when you were growing up? I mean, what are like some of your earliest memories? Like going to a car dealership or being in a car. I mean, what was your earliest memories of cars, or how you became to like them and stuff?
Model cars. Kind of grew up with that.
Oh, you came with that?
And 66, I started driving. I bought my first car, got my first job, and bought my first car. And that first year, I had 30-something cars. Just trading back and forth with people and stuff.
Jesus, that many cars?
Yeah.
Wow, trade off. What kind of other cars did you trade off? And what kind of cars came your way?
56 Chevys, 57 Chevys, a few gassers, the old gassers.
Oh, really?
A little bit of everything.
I hear that a lot. I hear the Chevy's quite a bit. I guess that's pretty popular. So anyway, what other cars have you had since you become an adult? And does your like grandchildren or children ever love cars like you did?
My son's in the Volkswagen right now.
Oh.
The new style. Yeah, he likes them.
When he started getting interested in cars, like was he a teenager, or is he like you just like went plays with you growing up, or
He's
what?
been about 3 years old.
Oh, you kind of like
He used to go in the garage, get my floor jack out, and jack up his tricycle and stuff with it.
oh my god.
Yeah.
And so he was just kind of grew up with cars like you did. He just loved them.
Yeah.
Okay. So he's into Volkswagens, right?
Yep.
So what did you so has he like introduced his kids, or how many like cars did he have like over the years, your son?
Well, actually, he's got his second car he still got. His first car, it kind of tore up on him, so he got rid of it. But the second car, he still got it. It's a 2005 Volkswagen GTI. And he's just got a Passat. I think he's got 2 of them now. So he's in the cars.
Yeah, how much work goes into like keeping these things up here? I mean, this is like an antique car. I mean, how much work does it go into keeping these up? And have you ever like thought like maybe going to like a parade or showing it off like maybe on TV or anything like that either?
Nothing like that's came up. As far as parades go, I don't do them.
They have a downtown parade downtown Hamilton, so.
Well, I'm from Kentucky, but we still don't have them over there like that.
Yeah.
But I've had a car 3 years and haven't done anything to it.
Good.
I mean, the guy had everything done when I got it, so that made it easy.
What kind of tires? What kind of tires you have here?
They're Coker.
Coker.
Coker wheels.
Coker wheels. And like, what's like the kind of like Coker wheels? I mean, how powerful are those?
Actually, what do you mean powerful?
Well, I guess they have certain like quality of tires, like they do quality of everything else. I mean, how good are they? How do they last? How long they last?
I don't know. I don't know what to tell you there. This is my first set. They're holding up pretty good.
Now, did you have like the inside done recently?
No, it was all like that when I got it.
Oh, this was like this. The inside was like this when you got it?
Yeah. The only thing I did was I made the dash knobs out of wood and painted the dash.
Cool looking radio.
painted the dash a Ford green. Maybe I shouldn't say that too loud. But other than that, it's just like it was when I got it. I did put a third brake light in it for safety.
So whenever you like, this kind of sentimental question, whenever you like plan, what do you plan to do with the car when you retire from the world? Are you going to give it to charity, pass it down to the family? What are you going to do?
Probably pass it down to my son.
Oh, I think he probably would love it.
He does, but he likes because of the 4-speed.
Oh. Here's a 51 Mercury.
You see, we got Woody Woodpecker on there too.
Yeah.